All right, let's wrap this up. Jeez. All right. Uh, Fighting in the land of giants, heavyweight boxers, the three kings dethroning, and the new blood. So let me give a quick history. Lennox Lewis from England. Um, Vladimir Klitschko from Ukraine. Those were the heavyweight boxing champions. And then Fury took all the belts that um, Klitschko had, which I think was unified at the time. He had all the belts. So now Fury had that, and then Fury, you know, got out of boxing for a while, and all the belts were dispersed all around. And then Deontay Wilder from the United States got the WBC, won that. Um, um, and then Anthony Joshua fought Vladimir Klitschko, and he got the belts off of him in a really good fight. No, he didn't get the belts off for him. But I forget now. But he didn't get the belts off for him. But he beat Klitschko in it was a really back and forth for a while almost. I mean, it was like, he was almost on the verge of knocking Klitschko out and being defensively careless, and then he nearly got knocked out by Klitschko, and then he got his senses back together, and then later on, towards the end of the fight, like the ninth, 10th round, like around that time, he finally finished off the job and got Vladimir Klitschko out of there. So then he had the belts, and I'm getting just whatever. Then eventually Anthony Joshua got all the belts except the WBC, and they were supposed to fight, man. Wilder and Joshua never came to fruition. It should have. That would have been a really nice fight to see back in the day. Now looking at how everything's panned out, it seems like maybe Joshua might have beat him because he had more skills, but that was when Wilder was much more confident and scary dude, and he could crack AJ anytime and make it, and have him just disintegrate, with that power. So now might be an interesting fight anyway, since they're both have taken some losses, and to see how that fight would pan out. Also, everybody wants to see who's the king of England. That'd be a good fight, called the King of England. AJ versus Tyson Fury. I'm giving you guys good names. King of England fight. And, claim the name of Jarrell Miller and Jared Anderson. But anyway, so AJ had all the titles except the WBC, and then Deontay Wilder had that, and then Deontay Wilder fought Tyson Fury, which was his comeback after being out for a while. And the first fight, Wilder retained his belt, and then he fought twice more. Second fight, unanimous decision. Fury became WBC champion, and he still had the lineal title and Ring Magazine, I believe. So now he had those three. And then third fight, he knocked Wilder out, and then he had WBC belts now, and then Anthony Joshua still had it, and then Anthony Joshua fought Usyk. Usyk won him on points in the first fight, and in the second fight. So then he had every belt except the WBC belt. So then they had to fight Fury to wait, come on, look at this, man. There's that granite god from England, but what was I gonna say? So then AJ lost the belts from Usyk, and then Usyk now had all the belts except WBC, and then he fights Fury, and then he won him, nearly knocked him out in the ninth round, and really could have. The referee did say that if he would have had one more punch, and he was right there, lined it up, and the referee went in and actually Usyk could have just gone on with that shot because it was like it was just about to throw it, but he stopped, and that would have, I believe, finished the fight there. Anyway, so then they had the second fight, and again, both close fights, but I think this one was more obvious that Usyk won this one, and now Fury right now, as the taping of this video, is kind of pouting up in England and saying he's retiring, but who knows? He's done that before, so it'll kind of be interesting to see what happens with him. It'll be interesting to see if he, you know, I don't really care to see him fight Usyk again, but him fight AJ will be an interesting one. Um, Actually, and also I'm curious, like, how Fury would do against Dubois. Um, you know, uh, and so then Dubois got this Joseph Parker fight now, and whoever wins should get Usyk, and that'd be interesting. Usyk never fought Parker, so that'd be a cool fight, but also a cool fight to fight Dubois because he won him once, and Dubois is on a tear now, and you can see, and he's much, Usyk's much older than uh, Dubois, so it'll be kind of that one. Would be, I have no idea who'd win that one. Skill wise, obviously, Usyk, but ferociousness would be Dubois, and mindset would be both equal in different ways. Because Usyk does not know how to lose; he only wins. He finds a way, and that's who he is, man. He just wins. Dubois has allowed the demon to set into him and to quit. He has, but then now he's vanquished that demon, and so that's a dangerous person. So he'd let, I think he'd die on his sword type of thing, where he'd just go after him and go for broke. And you know what? I don't know. He might be at the corner of Usyk and go get him out of there. I don't know. So that would be interesting. But in the Jaya Pataya, and there's Gilberto Ramirez, another cruiserweight guy who's a champion in one of the belts. I don't remember all these 7,000 different belts, but they have to fight. First of all, Jaya Pataya and Ramirez, so that'd be interesting. I'd say Jaya Pataya will take it, but Ramirez is interesting too. He's a good fighter. He fought Bivol at one point. He went up there from middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight, where he fought Bivol, lost, and now you got to see him fight Jaya Pataya, and then Jaya Pataya goes to heavyweight. And, to fight Usyk, or Usyk seems like more like he wants to kind of get back to cruiserweight, and that'd be more interesting for him actually, because it'd be like he did everything for the heavyweight. If he beats Dubois, he gets it all back again, all his belts, unifies it, leaves it, goes back to the cruiserweight division, and if Jaya Pataya gets, has all the belts there, which he pretty much does. I think Gilberto has one belt, I believe. And if he wins him, which I think he would, and then he fights Jaya Pataya, and if he won that, man, just ride off into the sunset with that Usyk, and you're good, man, you're good. But then there's, like I said, so those were the three kings are no longer AJ, Fury, and Wilder, and now there's a new blood, and the freaking diamond in the rough is Moses Atuma, and everybody excited to see that because he's just like finishing people, and he just moved up a step in class, with his last fight. Still kind of interesting to see Jared Anderson, how he comes back, and that'll be an interesting fight, those two, if it ever turned out for that to happen. Caballal, I think is the name, from a guy from Spain. He's German, or he's Germany from in Spain, I forget, but anyway, he's fighting Zhilei Zhang, who's kind of making his comeback, but he's old, much older too. He's almost 40, so he's not really the new breed. He's kind of like in between the older and the new breed, from as far as his comeuppance. And then he beat Hergovic. That's what he was saying. Filip Hergovic, who Daniel Dubois beat, and but Hergovic was another guy, but now he's kind of on the outs. Same thing with Frank Sanchez. So the really guys interesting is Caballal, Moses Atuma, I'm not sure about Jared Anderson. I'd like for him to show us what's up. Um, who else? Oh, Mark McCauley. You know, I mean, he's getting a little bit older too, but he's like determined, and I don't know what his age is actually, but he uh, you know, he's an interesting guy. Um, and he's got that fight, like I said, with F.A. Chagba. Yeah, no, yeah, with F.A. Chagba. So we'll see what happens with that. Um, and so you got a lot of things going on, man. You know, and Joseph Parker. I mean, you know, but like I said, he's been a champ. He's like back with the old crowd. He's not old. He's only 33, I think. But I'm saying back with the old crowd. He's been a champ for a long time. He was there, and then Joshua took his title. I think the IBF title. Um, and now he's kind of on a tear with the win. First of all, Joe, Joe Joyce was another guy who's supposed to be a bad dude, but you know, unfortunately, he fought like with his thing was you can hit me and nothing happens, and you know, God damn it, is it? Am I still taping? All right, I think I am. Man, this is rough. You know, we're rough here. So anyway, Joe Joyce, uh, um, you know, he always his thing. He had a lead jaw, man, or an iron jaw, and unfortunately, you can't fight like that, man. Let yourself just get hit all the time, especially in the heavyweight division. So now it's not that anymore. He can't. His jaw, his beard ain't the same as it was, and so he, you know, he's no longer a prime contender. So anyway, like I said, so the old the old kings, the new kings, the old blood, the new blood. You know, I'm just kind of really excited to see what's going to happen. You know, in the near future, in the far future, who don't we know about yet? That's in there. You know, like we didn't know about Atuma that long ago, a year and a half ago. They never heard of him, and now he's like this bright young star coming there to take over. And you know what? That'll be interesting to see. Um, see what happens if Jai goes to moves up. Um, Martin Bacoli, uh, Caballal. That guy. I love the way he fights. He's like, you know, he's just smart, and he's like the smaller. Sometimes a bit of being a fighter too is like, you know, that advantage, man, of kind of like getting like you can kind of go in and then hit and go out. You know, sometimes you think all the advantage of the big guy, but you know, they always say in a big fight, 50-50, the big guy wins. But you know, I don't know. Kind of like that new basketball player from Japan, man. He's like doing moves with these 6'7" people. He's 5'7", but because he's so short, he can move different angles much quicker and have the ball go around in a different direction. You know, like, and that's an advantage. And they're saying that he might show people that how you can actually have NBA players, you know, be shorter and be effective. So that's an interesting, you know, it's interesting new ingredient in the mix, you know. Um, but yeah, man. So I'm just, you know, I love boxing, man. And then we can get to MMA too. I love that. You know, I've watched mostly UFC, but you know, I watch all that stuff now. Beer Knuckle. I love Demetrius Johnson. They should have kept him, but you know. Anyway, I'm just looking at the thing. It's just I don't know if I'm just talking, I'm just still taping. Yes, it is. But MMA is interesting, and I love Francis Ngannou and his story, and how he, you know, won the other guy, Henan Ferrar. I'd like to see Henan Ferrar fight that other guy, middleweight guy. What's his name, man? Who is now the lightweight heavy.